The word stress has a negative meaning when used in connection to most things. But when it comes to succulents, it's kinda sorta not all bad. It may even be beneficial for a lot of them. However, it may also push a plant over the edge if the timing is not right, or there are too many stresses all at once, or if they're too severe. In this video, I'll cover different ways to stress a succulent, how to do it safely, and when it can become a problem. I love to show this bit of footage I made a couple of winters ago. All I did to get these amazing colors was leaving my plants outdoors in the cold and in a sunny spot. Cold is one of the most reliable stressors and will transform many succulents. Very few other stressors will give you the same results. The problem is that the majority of succulents are not frost hardy and can easily die or suffer frostburn when exposed to below 0 degrees Celsius or 32 Fahrenheit. I am incredibly fortunate with the climate here, as we barely get any frosts, and if we do, it's not strong or lasting enough to do any damage. I know a lot of you have to take your succulents indoors for the winter months and cannot really take advantage of the cold stressing your plants into amazing colors. You should, however, get at least a bit of it in autumn and spring, as in my experience the color will come out at about 10 degrees Celsius or 50 Fahrenheit. And the majority should be alright down to 0 degrees Celsius or 32 Fahrenheit. Sun not only influences the color but also shape. But it is not 100% guarantee succulents exposed to all-day sun will always be colorful. During the warmer months, especially in summer, many succulents can lose color and a bit of shape as they are actively growing. However, they will look a lot better than if they were kept in shade. Having succulents in as much sun as possible is beneficial most of the time, as the great majority of succulents have evolved in very open and sunny environments. The only time succulents will not like being in full sun is during heat waves. While a lot will survive, some can suffer burns and even die if the direct sun is hot enough. A lot will depend on the type of succulent, how mature it is, and how hot the sun is. If you're going through a heat wave of over 35 degrees Celsius or 95 Fahrenheit, I would suggest to move your succulents either under shade cloth or in shade temporarily. Keeping your succulents on the dry side and even pushing them to go a bit wrinkly can really stress them. Stressing succulents with lack of water can be beneficial, as it will keep water-related disease at bay. Edema, which is a disease that can cause warts and marks, should be non-existent, and fungal diseases such as rot, black spot or powdery mildew will have hard time spreading and growing. But there is a fine line between stressing and slowly killing your succulent by not watering enough. Succulents still need water every now and again, mainly when it's also hot and dry. For instance, if you have a hot, dry, windy summer and your succulents are thirsty to the point of wrinkly leaves, they can easily start shedding their bottom leaves, stop growing, and some cultivars can even die. There's also a good chance the potting mix or soil will go hydrophobic, not being able to absorb water. Personally, I water whenever the potting mix completely dries out. A lot of succulents will go for months without water and will be fine, but do keep an eye when other stresses hit as well. Not having a lot of space for the roots can really stress a succulent out, but again, many will tolerate and even look amazing. Having succulents in tiny pots or keeping them root bound can bring out some amazing colors and shapes. It will, however, limit their growth, can cause leaf loss, and less hardy cultivars can eventually die. Root mealybugs can become an issue too, as they like to attack root-bound plants. If you're purposefully restricting root space, you may find some succulents will need a bit of extra attention, though others can tolerate it very well for years. The potting mix I use in the nursery is quite well draining, but also holds water for long enough to give the plants a chance to hydrate. But there are a lot of succulent potting mix brands available that drain a lot faster and are almost just grit. Personally, I'm not a big fan, mainly due to our hot and often dry climate, but some people swear by them. Super fast draining potting media like this can have similar stress factor as restricting root space or keeping succulents very dry. Depending on your climate and growing conditions, you may need to be careful here, as the water retention may not be good enough to hydrate your plant sufficiently. The benefits can be extra color, super compact plants, minimal water related disease, and soil-borne bacteria that may be more prevalent in conventional potting media. When two or more stress factors hit at once, it could be fatal for some succulents, though most of the time you only really need to keep a close eye in summer. While a lot of succulents are hardy enough to tolerate a lot of compounded stress, not all cultivars are like this. For example, if you have a very dehydrated succulent in a tiny pot and it's also exposed to full sun on a hot day, it may be bad news for the plant. However, in the cooler months, this can cause some stunning colors. Compounded stress factors are not as dangerous when temperatures are reasonable. And that is it for today. I hope this video was useful, and if you have anything to add or would like to ask a question, you can do so below. To learn more about succulents, hit the subscribe button or go to our website succulentgrowingtips.com. Thank you so very much for watching.